Do you know if your organization has the necessary resources and capabilities for the future? And do you have the necessary resources to adapt if things don't go to plan or to deal with the crisis? Hi, my name is Ellen Schuler and I'm a business consultant with Community Business Bureau. Most certainly you have developed a strategic plan to plan for your organization's future. But have you translated your plan into achievable goals? It is critical to establish clear goals and define what success looks like. When planning your goals, the best advice is not to be overambitious and to carefully assess what your organization can or cannot achieve. Goals need to be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. However, things don't always go to plan, so you need to prepare for the unexpected. Experience has shown that organizations that do not restrict resources when dealing with a crisis or threat are more likely to pull through. Deploying additional resources can enable organizations to continue after a crisis. Many organizations that invested into IT equipment and supported staff to work from home managed to work through COVID-19 with less disruption. Yet, many did not have the necessary financial cushion to allow for changes and flexibility. In this video, we are going to look at key factors to consider in business planning. By developing a robust plan, you can mitigate risks that come from unexpected events. When you are working on achievable goals, it is important to assess and plan what resources, funding, business processes, and capabilities you will need to achieve the goals. This planning is based on various assumptions. Our assumptions tend to be based on our previous experience and the information we have available at that time. Assumptions are made around the circumstances or factors we think will be true in the future. Yet, if they are wrong, they can derail our entire strategy. If things don't go to plan, we get stuck as we did not plan for flexibility or for Plan B. Recognizing and documenting our assumptions are the first important steps to create better and more resilient plans. When assessing our assumptions, we can develop new ideas and create some flexibility in case our assumptions were wrong or if we must derail from our original plan. Let's look at different planning assumptions in more detail. Resources. When planning our resources, we allocate the necessary people, materials, and facilities we need. If resources, however, become unavailable during the project, the progress of achieving the goal can be heavily compromised. Also, if the contributions from resources are insufficient, or if we identify that we in fact need more resources, our work can be stalled. Critically reviewing our resource planning and identifying our assumptions will help to create some buffer and plan for contingencies. Costs. Every resource comes with a cost, and cost predictions are an essential part of project planning. Developing realistic budgets helps to keep the project costs within the budget. Generally, we have a good idea on our internal costs, such as staff salaries. However, staff turnover or staff absence can increase our costs overnight. External factors such as market demand and economic conditions heavily impact on costs. Reviewing what could increase or decrease the cost of each of our resources can assist us to find alternative ways of doing our work or identifying some cost savings. It is critically important to monitor our financial cash reserves. Having sufficient reserves or liquid assets set aside to cover for unexpected costs can assist to overcome barriers along the way. Business processes. We tend to plan around our existing processes. However, new projects with more people involved might require some streamlining. This could be achieved with new technology. Technology resources do not only include hard and software like computers, tablets and phones, but also IT support and time for trialing, learning and adaptation. While this will increase the cost of any project, they could create some savings in the long term. When planning our business process, we should always aim to do better and consider technological advancements. Any technology can be impacted by availability, suitability, and technical difficulties. Identifying what problems could occur will help prepare and mitigate those risks. Capabilities. When planning for the future, we easily overlook the skills and capabilities required to succeed. Key person risk arises if we rely too heavily on one or a handful of individuals whose skills are essential for our operation. Identifying the key individuals when planning can help us develop a succession plan. We could train additional staff members, allow the staff members to mentor less experienced staff, or we could identify external talents that could assist. Documenting tasks can also help to manage key person risk. Time. Time can be our worst enemy, and we easily make false assumptions when planning timelines. Building contingencies can allow for more realistic timeframes. The availability of crucial resources can impact on progress, and any progress delay can increase costs overnight. Delays and lack of resources should be considered when planning, and possible alternative options considered in advance. For future success, we need to establish realistic and achievable goals and plan for necessary resources, costs, business processes, capabilities, and time frame. During the planning process, we should review our assumptions, as this can help us to recognize that some things may not go to plan, and that any crisis could disrupt our operation. Regular review and discussion and commitment to do better can help us become more flexible in how we achieve our goals and get us prepared and more adaptable. If you are interested in how your external environment impacts on your costs, please watch our video on external drivers and forces impacting on costs.